Hey everybody. So I thought it was time to do a video on some of the tools that I use to help troubleshoot sites whenever there's an issue. And this is a site from a fellow user over at phpacademy.org, and he was having some style issues that I've been trying to help him work through, and it kind of brought up my it kind of triggered in me that the idea that maybe I should do a video on how I kind of troubleshoot things, and that includes the built-in editor that's part of Chrome. And what it'll do is actually edit live as you're working, so you can see the changes that you make, and then allows you to just copy those and put them into the live style sheets or the live code, and then you can actually, so you can see the changes that you're making instead of having to save it, go back and refresh, and so forth. And so one of the major problems he was looking at here is these little social icon buttons, and they're not there's not much padding around the text. Alright, so what we're going to do is right click and inspect element, and that's going to put us on that particular tag. Alright, then we look at the styles over here, and we'll see the styles that have that have to do with it. Alright, so we see built-in anchor text, anchor styling, color with black, text decoration, and none. Alright, so let's uncheck the color. Alright, and also we see this, this means that there's an error in the code. Alright, and if we hover over it, we'll see that it says padding : 5x. Alright, so that's an easy one. Right now it jumps out, and that's a typo, and it's missed the P. Alright, and as you see, as soon as I make the change, it displays the changes immediately. And since this is a class, it makes it on across all three of them. Alright, but what this also allows you to do is to right click or to left click down here and start adding styles. Alright, so if we wanted to change the color of the text, we could. Alright, and you see the color changed to maroon. We can change the different size, font size, say 35 pixels. Alright, and notice obviously you'd have to increase your padding, and you'd have to increase the actual button itself if you wanted to keep it this way. Okay, so we don't want to do that. We want to keep it down to 5, and we'll keep our text size down. There we go. Alright, and so we want to change the font. We can see how they look. Times New Roman, Arial, Helvetica. Alright. Georgia. Alright. So you can kind of get a feel for things as you're going. So we'll just make it Arial. Alright. And anything that you can do with a, basically with a text attribute, you can start adding here, and you'll see the changes as you make them. So that makes it very invaluable. Okay. The next thing I want to look at is the source tab, which you can actually see at a glance the whole style sheet. Alright, so if there's something in there you want to take a look at, you can go in there and look around. Alright, so you can see the changes that we made on the element tab were transferred over here to the style. So this is actually what's being loaded as you're making the changes in the elements tab. Okay. Another helpful one is the resources tab. Alright, and so if you have if you expand the top here, you can see the images that are being loaded up. Okay, so if you have an image that's not loaded, you can come down here and you can check the path. Maybe the path is wrong. You can right click on it, copy image URL, or open the image in a new tab, and you can see where it is, whether it's coming in or not. You'll see a misplaced image placeholder if the image itself is not actually being loaded. Okay, so in this case they're all being loaded. And then the first thing I usually check, and I didn't check it here, is the console. Okay, because if your code has some JavaScript errors or any other kind of errors on the page, this will catch it, and you'll see it here. And I see one here, cannot call method create of undefined. Look over here and find out the file that it's in, and it's measureIt.js, which is tied to this tool, which is a measuring tool that allows you to measure elements on your page, so you can get sizes. Okay, which is another handy tool, and that's available in the Chrome Marketplace. Alright, and there's some other issues or some other information on these tabs which you can add and check out, and timeline, profiles. These I don't use quite as often. Mostly just the console, sources, and the elements tab, and that's enough to give you most basic diagnosis and allow you to make changes on the fly so you can see them real time. And then when you're done, you can just hit refresh, and if you want to start over and kind of work with a palette here. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe below, and leave any comments that you might feel appropriate. Thanks for watching.